Richard, as always, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
22 games left in the regular season.
Wow.
Where did this season go?
I tell you, it's crazy to think about. The Astros last year at this time had that comfortable lead, and we were all looking toward the playoffs and thinking maybe they could do something. Maybe they could do something. Now this year, they're having to fight all the way down the stretch.
No kidding. It's going to be tough till the end. They just won their series against the Twins. What stood out to you the most in that series?
Well, I think a couple of things kind of stood out. One was I really liked the fact that Justin Verlander had a good game. He came back out after a kind of a tough August. Historically, career-wise, he's had great Septembers and, of course, playoff series as well. He looked great. 7 innings, only 1 run allowed. Dallas Keuchel has also kind of come on a little bit. Trying to establish himself. He's in a contract run. You know, that's something that's got a little hidden ingredient for Dallas Keuchel this year. Pitched very well against the Twins as well. So the pitching, starting pitching has looked good. The bullpen looked good. Charlie Morton's going to be back. Seems like his shoulder injury not that bad. The concerns are Jose Altuve. Since he's come back from his injury, you know, is that right knee bothering him? Is he not getting that drive he needs at the plate? You used to play. You know how hard it is. You know, you've got to have that back knee to give you that drive. Not playing very well. Correa's come off the disabled list, not hitting well. Thank God for Alex Bregman. Thank God for all the different folks like Tyler White who are stepping up and carrying the Astros. They're playing great baseball, and you've got to think they'll play better baseball if their stars start hitting the ball. Despite
Altuve's struggles, as you mentioned, Bregman really bringing up this offense heading into this last month of the season. Looking ahead, they're going to need everything they can get with the red-hot Boston Red Sox coming up for a 3-game set. What is it going to take for them to come out on top against Boston?
Well, I hope actually that would be kind of the turbocharge that the Astros will need. You know, they've been playing some series, the Angels, the Twins, so they got the Tigers coming up. So sometimes, you know, at this point of the season, it's the doldrums. You know, you've got to kind of find your fire sometimes as you head toward the playoffs. The Astros obviously going to make the postseason. But you look at a team like the Red Sox. The Red Sox won a piece of the Astros from last year. They want to make a statement knowing that it might be in 3 weeks. They might be playing again. A lot of people think this is American League Championship Series, but who knows, you know, how things are going to settle out. I think both teams have something to prove. But I'm hoping that that's the kind of series that's a wake-up for, you know, they know the eyes of the nation will be on it. Both teams know that everyone's going to be paying attention. So that's when your stars step up. That's when the Springer and Altuve and Correa and those guys kind of make things happen. So it's going to be fun to watch that happen and play out in Boston this weekend.
In terms of stepping up, is it as easy as making an adjustment for Jose Altuve up at the plate? Or like you said, is it a mental thing where once you're faced up against the best team in the league, right, something clicks?
Well, I think, you know, when you think of somebody like Jose Altuve and who just studies the game so much, seems to still be very upbeat, seems to be, unless he goes up with the same mindset every time. I mean, this is a guy who's had 200 hits the past 2 seasons. He won't get it this year, but he is scalding the ball. That's the other thing. Against the Twins, he hit some laser beam shots right at people. So I think he's got faith in what he's doing. He's got faith in his swing. And again, the only dynamic that goes into a Jose Altuve is you know he's going to hit. He was 0 for 18 going into Wednesday's game, and you know he's going to make some things happen. But the problem for him is that knee. I mean, is he thinking about the knee? Is it just not giving him the drive that he needs at the plate? And I think that's the concern. Once he gets a couple of hits, history dictates they come in bunches for him. That's what the Astros have to count on.
We'll have to wait and see. Richard, thank you.
All right, my pleasure.